So I was always reading, did a lot of research, but I tried to always get myself out there. So I was a really shy kid. So I made myself join debate, get into theater, get into choir. I was always pushing myself out of my comfort zone because I was always really, really shy. But I always wanted to speak up for other people, and sometimes I couldn't find that voice. So again, I always was trying to kind of push myself out of that comfort zone. Well, my story starts in late 2009, early 2010. I was a new student over at San Antonio College, and again, I was very shy. I wanted to find new friends. I wanted to join a club. That day was the only day that GALA had a meeting. So GALA was the Gay and Lesbian Association at the time. I didn't have any gay friends. I didn't really know anything about the community. And again, I pushed myself. I was like, well, I'm a psych major. I should know about LGBT people. That very first meeting was actually officer elections. So I just happened to fall into the social justice chair coordinator position on that day. So I took it up and I started doing research. I started looking into things. I fell in love with it. I really did. And I can't explain why I was so drawn to the community and to like the culture and just everything. But during that process, I came across this conference that was called Creating Change. And I brought it to all of the members, and I said, I think this is going to be a really good idea for all of us to go because we'll learn so much about the LGBT community, about activism, things that are happening in the world outside of San Antonio. And that conference, the best way I could explain it afterwards was I felt like I was on fire. I just was so moved by everything that I was learning, everything that I was hearing. I was like, I might be an activist. We came back and we started doing a lot more things that weren't like as a social group. We weren't just hanging out and going and having pizza and watching movies and all that. Like we started getting involved with the community. At that point, I had actually transitioned over to the president of GALA. And from what I've heard from other people, I was the first ally president that they've had. And GALA's been around for a very long time in San Antonio. During that point in time, the Westboro Baptist Church decided to protest at Our Lady of the Lake University because they were showing the Laramie Project in their theater. Well, GALA, along with some other student groups, decided to go and counter-protest Westboro Baptist Church. I felt like I was drawn to the community even more, and it was my first protest, and I fell in love with it. I didn't know that you could love so much out of a protest. I felt whole with all of these people chanting against the Westboro Baptist Church. So I knew I wanted to be an activist, and I knew that I definitely wanted to kind of commit myself to the community for sure. Later that evening, one of our members, her name was Jazz, was at a birthday party, and she was tragically killed. Jazz was supposed to be with us that day at the protest, but decided, no worries, I'm just going to go do my own thing. Well, the next day, one of my members reached out to me because she had been contacted by one of the media outlets wanting to confirm Jazz's death. And I had to go online for her and look it up and actually confirm, Jazz died. Through that, our group changed. The dynamic changed a lot. We were still fun and goofy and all that, but the dynamic was totally different at that point. So I started reaching out to local members in the community for resources. Jazz's death, even though it was so tragic, was actually one of my turning points. And I would say it probably is the turning point that I decided, no, I want to work specifically with the LGBT community. I'm going to change my major. I'm going to be a social worker. I'm going to work within the community, and I'm going to dedicate my life to it, and I'm going to work with LGBT youth. At the end of the day, I guess, for me, it's about the giving back. It has nothing to do with me, and I don't get any reward out of it. And a lot of people question, why? It's just something I'm called to. I just feel like I was in the right place at the right time at very specific opportunities. And with each milestone, it's just so many doors have opened up for me as I've been going through everything through the years. So it's just been a great, great ride so far. Coming out as an ally is really important. A lot of times, allies are usually on the opposition side. We are out there, but a lot of times we don't know how to find our voice, or we're afraid to speak up either because of family, work, whatever the case may be, or we're afraid of the LGBT community. It is hard sometimes, but it just starts with a little bit. Just, correcting people on LGBT speech, correcting people on, policies that are happening, correcting people on where you stand. You don't need to go to a protest. You don't need to, commit your life to it. It's just standing up for what you know is right. At the end of the day, you want to know that you stood on the right side of history. My name is Amanda Benton Beschonet, and I am a proud ally.